question from Dheeraj now. Dheeraj says that he's working abroad. He wants to know if there are options to avail home loans from banks in India. Now, he wants to buy a property in Pune, which is valued at 1.3 crore.
Dheeraj, as an NRI, if you are based abroad, you can definitely apply for a home loan. Most of the banks and housing finance company like ours do offer home loans to NRIs, and you can in fact go and check on the website as well, and you will find the process for applying home loans for NRIs. And this is usually for salaried NRIs who are abroad, and process is pretty much the same, except for the fact that in case of an NRI, the income is in a currency of that particular country, which anyway from an underwriting perspective, those are being processed. But yes, as an NRI, you can always apply for a home loan for a property in India.
Right, so you can apply for a home loan for a property in India, but tell us this, Harshil, does Dheeraj have to come down to India to actually complete that entire loan process, or can he do it from wherever he's settled, whichever country he's settled in?
Yeah, Kavita, it's not necessary for Dheeraj or anybody who applies from abroad to come down to India. As a matter of fact, what one would only look at is if you have a local contact, and ideally you would want to give a local power of attorney. Because in a situation, if you are not able to travel to India to do the registration of the property, then you would need to give that power of attorney to somebody to go and register that property. So you do not necessarily really have to come down to India for applying for this loan. But yes, in certain cases, you would need to have somebody local to do the paperwork on your behalf, because see, you need to sign the loan agreements, all those things still needs to be done. So you need to have that
digital
local.
signatures don't work. If I'm doing the whole thing online, will banks accept digital signatures on the home loan
Very
documents?
good question. See, at this point of time, more than the digital signature is also the fact that, for the property registration, you still need to come,
Right.
and for that, the digital signatures are still not, fully operational. So you will need somebody to do that aspect. But otherwise, everything else can be done online, and can move forward on that basis.
And what about the rate of interest? Is there a difference between the rate of interest that you charge residents vis-a-vis non-residents, or is it the same?
No, it's the same. The only thing in that is, when you make the repayments, typically in case of repayments, those necessarily need to be from an NRE, NRO accounts, which in any case in an NRI, when they have a bank account, they would usually have an NRE, NRO account. So that EMI needs to be from that account.
So there is no separate documentation that they have to provide the bank or the HFC when they apply for a loan? Is there anything extra that an NRI needs to give?
No, they don't need to give anything extra. The documents would be the standard, but it differs from a country to country. See, for example, we have Form 16. Now, Form 16 is a very India-specific thing. Now, in case of other countries, there will not be a Form 16, but what you will have an income tax return. So to that extent, from an underwriting perspective, those companies are well equipped when we process loans of NRIs. We know that if an NRI is based out of US, what are the documents you are going to ask for? If it is UK, what are the documents you are going to ask for, and so on and so forth. So, and predominantly for salaried, it is around salary slip, it is around appointment letter, it is around bank statements, and your normal KYC, which you would anyway do it.
Right. Also, one last question. Since you are a banker yourself, tell us this, keeping exchange rates in mind, keeping interest rates in mind. Now, we know that interest rates in India are far, far higher than what it is in many other countries. Keeping that in mind, does it make sense to take a home loan in India when you could get something at a much lesser rate in the country where you're currently posted in or living?
See, the only thing, Kavita, in that is whether those countries will give you a loan to buy a property which is based in India, and that also is subject to the local laws and regulations in those countries. At the same time, from India perspective, one also needs to check the local compliances and laws, whether the property can be bought with the funds coming in from abroad.
Right. So you need to take all that into consideration. So the easier way, of course, is to just apply for a home loan in India, and like Harshil just pointed out to you, the rates of interest stay the same. The documentation largely stays the same. There's just a matter of one or two papers that you will need to furnish to prove your income and your quantum of income and your source of income, of course.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.